Hi, I'm Deborah Stengel, founder of Sedona Soul Adventures, an international best-selling author of The Journey to Happy, coming to you again from incredibly beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and I'm so happy you're here with me. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how to get different results in your life. I'm doing this because I'm all about everybody being just as happy as they possibly can be. That's why I wrote my book, The Journey to Happy, How Embracing the Concept That Nothing is Wrong Can Transform Your Life. So my question is, are you happy with the results in your life? Are you happy with what I call the Fab Five? Work, love, meaning your relationships and family, your money, your body, and all together, those comprise your life. So if you're not happy with the results that you have in your life so far, my question to you is, what are you going to do about it? Because if you don't like the results you're getting so far, you have to do something different. And the question is, what are you going to do differently? At this point, when I'm talking to someone, usually they're saying something like, oh, wait a minute, you mean I have to do something? And the answer is, yeah, you got to do something. You know, it always amazes me when I talk to people and I find out that they don't want to do anything differently. Well, you know, Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And I'm here to tell you there's something that you can start doing to change everything around. It's simple, but it's not necessarily easy. It's to start thinking differently. Because as quantum physics has proven, everything is energy. Our thoughts produce energy. What we think about expands, and what we think about we get more of. That's why I wrote my book, because one of the things I want to challenge you on is the way you're thinking. And maybe the only problem is just that you're thinking the wrong way, which is completely understandable because all of us are pretty much taught to think the wrong way. I know I was. We're taught to be afraid and to worry, to expect the worst and to plan for a rainy day. And that's how most people run their lives, just by thinking like everyone else does. But what does that get you? Just more unhappiness and more fear. I mean, think about it. Think about how over the centuries, there have been so many things that people thought were absolutely true, and then later on we found out not so much. For example, people believed for thousands of years that the earth was flat and that they'd fall off if they went to the end of it. Columbus finally proved that one not to be true. Religious scholars taught for many years that the sun revolved around the earth, and actually to teach otherwise was considered heresy, and people were imprisoned. They were actually executed for teaching anything different. As a matter of fact, Galileo was nearly executed, but instead remained under house arrest for the remainder of his life after he published the observations that he had made with his telescope, which proved that the earth revolves around the sun. This is one of my favorite but kind of crazy ones. People believed that you could determine who was a witch by throwing them in a river. If they were not a witch, they would sink and most probably drown. If they floated, they were a witch, and then you could burn them at the stake. For years, no one believed that it was possible for a human being to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. And medical doctors believed this, scientists believed this, until finally in 1954, Roger Bannister did it. Once it had been done, everyone's mindset changed. More and more people did it, and now the record for running a mile has beat that record by 17 seconds. 17 seconds, that's an eternity when you're running. The other thing that I find so interesting about the Roger Bannister story is that way back in 1954, he was actually using visualization as one of his training methods. Remember what Henry Ford said. There's two kinds of people in the world, those who think they can and those who think they can't. and they're both right. So which kind are you? Do you think you can? Or do you think you can't? But here's the really good news. It's your choice. If you want different results, all you have to do is start thinking differently, which then of course leads you to acting differently and behaving differently and talking differently. In the last video, I talked to you about exactly how to do that. Change your story, change your life. And over the next few weeks, I'll be giving you more and more processes that will help you with doing this. But today, I want to talk specifically about thinking differently. Make the decision to take on the glass is half full mentality. That's a big one. Do whatever you have to do to stay in gratitude. I'll be talking more about that one in another video because that's a huge topic. All of this that I'm saying really comes down to one thing. It was the title of a book a number of years ago. The book was called You Can't Afford the Luxury of a Negative Thought. I love that so much because it's so true. Negative thinking is costing you dearly. It's costing you your peace and your happiness. It's costing you your life. But worse, what it's doing is it's keeping you out of the higher, faster vibrations. That's where you can connect with everything you do want in your life. So that's where the title of my book came from. In my journey to happy, I discovered that the quickest way to stop my negative thinking was to make the decision that nothing is wrong. And the minute I did that, the most amazing things started to happen and to change around. It all starts with a basic decision. Over the next few weeks, I'll be talking with you exactly how I did all that and give you lots and lots of processes. But it's this basic decision. If you want different results, you're going to have to do something different. You're gonna have to stop your stinking thinking so you can become the kind of person, as Henry Ford said, who thinks they can. I hope this helped. And if you got value from this video, please take the time to like it and then share it with someone that you think might be interested in hearing about this. And then also subscribe to our channel. And if you want some direct help in getting different results in your life, then go to SedonaRetreatGuide.com and get your complimentary copy of the Sedona Guide to Spiritual Retreats today. Or even better, if you'd like to talk to someone about doing a retreat that's custom designed for you, call us at 928-204-5988. You can have the life and the relationship you want. I know it.